Being a rural osteopathic physician means to me getting to know my patients. I trained for 8 years in Philadelphia. I went to cities like Newark and Camden and Brooklyn, but I never really could know my patients. I came to a rural community because I really wanted to practice that kind of medicine. And I love it down in this area in Southern Virginia. I think I couldn't ask for a better practice. And I get to know my patients. I see them in the Walmart, and they know me. My phone number's in the phone book. And in 15 years, it's never been abused, and I can never say I'm sorry that I was locally listed. And I just love the practice down here.
It means a lot to me because to be a rural osteopathic surgeon, because I grew up in a rural location in Southeast Michigan, and all of the physicians that I saw every day were osteopathic physicians. So I aspired to be an osteopathic physician, and I'm proud to be an osteopathic physician. Rural surgery means a lot to me because it takes a lot of years to be a surgeon, and I'm proud to serve in that function. I do feel strongly that's part of what I'm here on the planet to do, is to help people in that way.
I think that you're able to help a lot of people that don't get help. Before I came here, there was no surgery. People would have to travel, an hour or two to get taken care of, and then their families don't get to visit them. They have a tough time, healing on their own in a hospital. That's pretty tough. I think that being a rural osteopathic surgeon is a great career, and it's necessary. I think a lot more areas could use that, and I think you're doing a great thing doing it, and it's definitely gratifying.
What is distinctive about rural surgery is the distance that the people have to come. We have a 7-county draw here, and some of these people come from miles away. And sometimes your workup of what you're going to do, you have to have everything happen while they're here. And that can be a great challenge. Also, some associated services, home health, things of that nature. It's very difficult to get the home health people to go out there. The communication is difficult sometimes.
I think the community here in rural Virginia benefits from having an osteopathic surgeon, because many of these patients don't have the facility to travel to the larger cities. Many of them are very elderly and they live alone, and I don't have any better philosophy than to go out and help my patients, go to the nursing homes, make the house calls, and that's what I do. And I think they appreciate it. In fact, I know they appreciate it. And I think that's a benefit.
The scope of patients we see in the rural Appalachian area tends to be very socioeconomically deprived. We have a lot of patients with low level of education that live in very small areas that may never have left that area for generations at a time. They're limited in their financial means for transportation, and it often takes the entire community to get together enough resources for them to travel from the mountain region to a large hospital to save someone in their family's life.
In this day and age, with all the resources that are available on the internet, staying connected with colleagues, staying connected professionally with various journals and educational opportunities is really not an issue. One of the early things that I've done in my practice as a rural surgeon is establish connections with other physicians in the more urban setting. And that certainly is very handy and helpful professionally when I do have a case that really shouldn't be managed in the community setting, in the rural setting.
Well, some of the drawbacks are definitely equipment, staff. We are very limited in the number of people that are in the OR. I'm the only surgeon, so if I need another surgeon to come help or scope the surgery, I'm out of luck. So you definitely have to spread your wings and fly on your own. And those are some of the good parts about it, but there's also can be a drawback. I decided late that I wanted to go to medical school. I had majored in chemistry, so I had all the prerequisites necessary, and I started to look at the allopathic schools. And I started to look at osteopathic schools. I had no idea what a DO was, and so I started to look into it. And in my community, I grew up outside of St. Louis, there was a DO family practice physician, and I just called him and told him who I was and asked him if I could spend a day with him. And he did. I mean, he had no idea who I was, and he was gracious enough to let me come in and spend the day with him. And I was so impressed that I applied to DO schools as well. And I just really did like the philosophy and how they take care of their patients.
Well, I came to osteopathic medicine and osteopathic surgery through my family. I was raised in an osteopathic household, so to speak. My father was an osteopathic physician. He was truly an osteopathic general practitioner in all the traditional sense of the word. And so I grew up in the 60s and early 70s, living right next door to his primary care practice. So medicine was always an option for me, and certainly when it came time to pursuing a career in medicine, osteopathic surgery or osteopathic medicine, I should say, was the only real consideration.
If I was going to tell the world the best thing about being a rural osteopathic surgeon, it would be that there is no better rewarding lifestyle. It's been the best choice I made in my life, quite frankly.